Hello there. Welcome to the Team Tweak Show. This week we break down the late week plays to make you click that edit button. We're also going to talk some ownership and we're going to have some Yahoo value plays as well. I love the Yahoo. Thanks for joining everybody. Remember to click the subscribe and like buttons and all that good stuff for my YouTube channel. And I appreciate your support. Let's get started.
Help Billy Ho grow by joining all the fun free items you see here. Also, my go-to for all the stats is Fantasy National Golf Club. Let's get started. With Yahoo pricing, most people just jam in as many $40 players as possible and fill in the least amount of $20 players, in my opinion. Yes, that would be the week to do this, due to the no cut event because everybody gets 4 rounds. And yeah, you can go Rom, JT, Xander, and you'll still have $24 per player left. But what I did, I chose to go a little bit more balanced by taking 2 in the 40s, 2 in the 30s, and 2 in the 20s without touching any of those mid price guys. My breakdown for DraftKings. This is the last 24 rounds over the fall swing, and you can see the top ranks before you. The first one I want to bring up is Bryson DeChambeau, the bomber, the big beefy Bryson. That's him. And yes, he hasn't had the greatest course history here, but I point back to last year's TOC appearance because that's the first appearance since Bryson beefed up and did his big diet, and I think it definitely paid him some dividends. He finished that week T7 and had a strong finish on Sunday with a 66. I think if he bombs those 400-yard drives out there, he should be in for a ton of scoring opportunities. The top two guys on my list here, Gooch and Burns, have absolutely tore up the fall swing in all aspects of the game. Not only do they rank 1, 2 in this model, but they also rank top 5 in just about every model I ran over the last 3 months, which would designate the fall swing. One guy on the down low I kind of wanted to mention was Kevin Na. He's not on this list here, but I wanted to bring him up. Because if you want a guy who could win you some money this year or in this tournament at 6% ownership, here you go. I have not yet figured out how much I will play him, but he's going in a few lineups. I kind of feel like this is a course he should be good on. Negative strokes gain off the tee is pretty much negated here with the wide open fairways and less than penal rough. And also around the green and putting is rewarded, which Na excels at. Now, granted, Bermuda is not his best surface, but he's still good. He's a great putter. The only caveat is he comes with the massive risk of a withdrawal, of back injury or whatever. And of course, you look at his last 2 efforts here, and they were god awful. Now, the down low guys, if you can see a couple of them, they are on this list. Joe Damon, K.H. Lee, and not pictured is EVR. I like them all. And here I was thinking I was slick looking at Joel Damon down low at 6,200. Nope. Every podcast I've listened to and their brothers' podcasts are all talking up that man so much that I think he's going to be pushing 20% ownership. And at that price, yeah, I kind of want to go somewhere else. So, you already know he's going to be the last man in a lot of lineups. So that's probably the pivot. But looking at EVR, he's looking at sub 10%. Guy's got a ton of game, made a nice run in the FedEx playoffs. He can go low from round to round, and he has played well in a lot of these no-cut events over the last 2 years. My last guy down there is my dude KH Lee, another down low brother rocking the sub to 10% tag. He ranks top 15 in both ball striking and DK scoring in the last 2 years worth of no-cut events. Granted, it's a bit of a small sample size at 16 rounds, but enough for me to take some notice. And if you look back to his form toward the end of the summer, he was just one bad shot from making the Tour Championship. He was so close and made a terrible iron shot that put him in Barney Rubble trouble on the 17th and made a little bogey and just missed the final 30 cut. Dude can play. Of course, we all know he got his first win in Texas this year, and everybody thinks just because he plays well at TPCs, we don't know what he's going to do here. I think the guy can roll. Now, the final thing I want to cover real quick is ownership. There's always a debate on how much you should. In my opinion, play the guys you like first and foremost. Do not pivot off a guy you like just because he's highly owned. Now, that said, these small field no cut events, you kind of need to be a little unique somehow. So I came up with 3 easy ways to do that. First, jam in 2 of those 10K guys. JT, Bryson, Victor, Rom, just throw 2 of them in there, and I think you'll be unique. The second one, just pass on the 9K guys. Big, tall order right there, because the 3 9K guys are 3 of the studliest guys you might want to find in this tournament. Cantlay at 97, Xander at 95, and Burns at 1. I mean, if you want to be different, just start your lineup with those 3 guys and then go on, fade the 10K guys. The third thing is leave a significant amount of salary on the table. Now, what I mean by that is $300 to $500 about average. You don't need to go crazy by leaving $2,500 or $1,800 or something like that. There are some tournaments out there, and you'll see people say the optimal lineup only had $4,750. You know what I'm talking about. That that can happen, but to me, you need to optimize your golfers. So anyway, in closing, I do appreciate you joining me on my journey this year. And I am learning and growing along with you guys. This is my 5th year in fantasy golf, and I have grown more than more than you guys know. So I appreciate you joining me, and we'll see you next time.